See, Utrecht. I think it's called Utrecht. It's a little pricier than I thought. I haven't been around much. I'm pretty stupid about many things. And, I figured this would be kind of a smaller town. It's really not. I don't know what it is. 150,000. It's a major city to me. And it's more touristy than I thought. And the tourists have more money than I thought because, especially the dinners are too expensive. I'm not gonna. I just had a hamburger. It was about $10, I guess. It was good though. But it's called haute cuisine, like haute couture, fancy stuff for people with money. And I'm sure it tastes great. I was reading this one review of a restaurant, and the lady was talking about how good it was, 7-course meal, and $100 a piece. And everybody should have wonderful meals sometimes. Everybody, but that's not the way we've created this world. Yeah, baby. Canal, baby.
Nee, hier heb je sowieso die TikToks, maar het is wel echt een goede vraag.
This is the bicycling capital of the world. A higher percentage of people bicycling, I guess, regularly here than anywhere else. And the Netherlands, and I guess Belgium and Denmark, all three together, small countries, do a very good job of promoting bicycling, clean energy, and good healthy living. And if you have to, if you want to put it down, for hippies or bullshit like that, they're also helping their healthcare cost of the nation. So a lot of these guys that put down the hippie world of bicycling and walking and hiking and all that stuff, not eating meat, they're also costing us more in healthcare costs, as well as costing us as a planet, as a country, in energy costs. What is it, about 4 o'clock, 4:30? Looks like they're building a skyscraper at the end of a major street. I don't know how many stories it is. 10, 20, 50. It doesn't look occupied at all, so it looks like it's just being built. It's going to get too crowded here. It's already too crowded here. Reminds me of Porto, Portugal, which is just a beautiful, cute little town like this one. Too many people, and there's too many people here. And this is October, middle of October. Couldn't imagine what this is like in July. Oh my goodness, it'd be terrible. We've got to create more fantastic cities everywhere. It's not like, oh, I have to go to Porto or Ulrich, to go to a beautiful, awesome place. You stay in your hometown or go down the road. I'm not saying we can't travel and see things that are different, but we inundate, overtake like a cancer. I think the locals in Venice and are tired of the crowds overtaking their town. Some of the towns where cruise lines come in and thousands of people get off and just overwhelm a small area, they're getting tired of it. We use and abuse for our own pleasures. No, give no thought to I don't know what's humane, what's sustainable, what's right and wrong. I do love the Netherlands. I keep talking about bicycling, but they walk a lot too. A lot of walking. I feel comfortable with that. I'm intimidated by their bicycling. I'm not sure exactly what to do. Everybody's on the move. They flow in and out. Some are a little too wild and a little dangerous, but most are not. But I'm just saying, I don't know what to do. And I'm intimidated. And I don't want to mess up for myself or anybody else's sake. I'm probably built more for biking on the outskirts of town through the countryside. And I could learn. You can learn anything. I could learn, but I can't learn in one day. And water, of course, is a calming influence. Just looking at the water helps helps you calm down. Like a lot of places, I think the main people, the main working people, the ordinary people, are probably living a good and simple life. But those with a lot of money, demanding a lot, rather hedonistic and so consumptive. I was going to grab something in the hotel I'm staying at, uh, but everything looked too expensive, so I just went walking around to try to find something. So a burger for $10 is better than anything I saw. And at least it filled me up, and it was good too. It was good. So one thing I felt in Germany, a suburb of Berlin, Lichtenberg, is that it? And some in Amsterdam, and now in Utrecht. This is 2022, and the cost of living has skyrocketed and shocked people. and partly because we were complacent as a population. Climate change, which we've been so slow and neglectful to deal with, has destroyed a lot through drought and flood, hurricane, tornado, fires. That helps push up the cost of food. Russia attacking Ukraine and continuing to, kill anybody, civilians. It doesn't matter to Putin. And the Russian people have allowed this madman to rule for so long, and nobody should be surprised what's happening. Not the countries that have traded with him, not the people that live under him. So when people saw how brutal and inhumane and violent and destructive he could be and want to cut ties with him, it's difficult because they're used to getting cheap energy from Russia. And so that has thrown more of a burden on these people. Food costs going up, I don't know, 10, 20%, maybe higher, but energy costs going higher than that, 50%, maybe more than that. I was reading, everything I read, I'm not sure if it's true when it says 100% increase or 200% increase in electricity costs in France. It's just hard to believe. But human beings have been bad citizens about trying to live in peace with each other and the earth. And we're seeing it more up close in personal terms right now, which is shocking, and it should be shocking. But there's no reason we can't turn to a better way, a better life, become better people, better citizens. The governments are just reflections of us. You can't blame governments. Governments are just the people. Even in dictatorships like Russia and China, ultimately the people continue to allow these maniacal rulers. We elected Trump. That's who he liked. He liked the dictators. That's what he wanted to be. And he kind of was and is. Does what he wants. Doesn't care about the law. Appoints a bunch of judges who won't care about the law either when it happens to have him in the sights. What was it, the Federalist Society, helping determine who might be appointed judges through the Republicans. They seem to be very high with freedom of corporations and very rich people, and very restrictive on helping the environment or helping the poor or helping women that are pregnant that want to have an abortion. Seeing women that have miscarriage, a terrible thing, a terrible traumatic event for the whole family, a miscarriage, now being looked at as possible criminals because what kind of, was that a miscarriage or an abortion? Being questioned about how exactly did that happen? Yeah, there's the real criminals, the men that have helped lead this, while at the same time basically trying to stop birth control. They want to stop birth control, contraception, and they want to stop abortions. It sounds like somebody that just wants to control a woman, tell her exactly what to do. Pretty soon they're going to tell them what kind of hair they should wear, how long it should be, how curly or straight. You'll need to listen to the Supreme Court about that, ladies.